can connect as well as learn together. As some of you may know, we record these every week and we upload them to our YouTube channel. So you can always go there to grab them and send links to people who didn't get to participate. So very, very grateful for the technology that we have at our fingertips for this kind of training and education. I'm Angela, and I got introduced to the oils by my mother, who was perimenopause at the time. And, oh, there she is. Wow, that was good timing, Deborah. Hello, Deborah. Deborah's my mom, and Andrea is my sister-in-love. And Andrea is going to be teaching tonight. One of the things I've always loved about teaching alongside Andrea is that she has become a master script reader. And I don't even know what you're going to present tonight, Andrea, but I can remember back in the day, you practicing science-y type terms to be able to memorize like all the chemistry of essential oils Bible from David Stewart. And I was just like jaw dropped in awe. Like, how does she know all this stuff?
Sesquiterpenes, remember?
And now I am fully reading a script.
Because why?
Well, one of the things that we learned just from the business perspective, you know, a lot of you on here are just using the products and you're loving the products, and you have no interest in the business. Some of you on here are building businesses. Some of you on here are thinking about building a business with Young Living. And what I learned a long time ago is that nobody wants to see an expert when they're considering doing the same thing. If they feel like, oh my gosh, I have to know all of this information before I get started on sharing these, it's like it's a roadblock. And so I'll tell you what, I use the CBD products. I love the CBD products. I've listened to some experts speak about them, but I am not an expert on CBD, all right? I said, sure, I'll do this class tonight. We'll learn together. And if I fumble over some of the techie scientific words related to CBD, I know y'all will forgive me, all right?
Endocannabinoids, is that the big one?
Good job. Good job, Angela.
I might have had to practice that a few times.
We are also going to be giving away 4 prizes tonight. They're going to be $20 credits that will go to 4 of you throughout the night. Here's the deal. You must be on this call to win. So if you are watching, meaning Zoom, from Zoom. So if you are watching on Facebook in our LWN Lifestyle group right now, that's fine. Just know if you're watching that way that you won't be winning. So you can find the class under the event section in the LWN Lifestyle group. I also just posted a link to it 15 minutes ago. So you can go and click on that and find the Zoom room and join us here. That way you can participate and have a chance to win. This class, I'm thinking, will get done in under an hour. I don't think it's going to take us any longer than that. I have thrown in a bunch of testimonials throughout. One of them, wait for it, it's going to be just what you need after the section that's really long and boring and science. See, it's going to wake you up, okay? You'll know when it comes. I think it's actually our first one, maybe our second one. All right, so let me go ahead and share the screen. And
Andrea, I'm going to have you unmute yourself. I just wanted to mute the audience just so I didn't have to keep doing it individually.
Perfect. And just to clarify, in case some of you have never been on Zoom, to participate in being able to possibly win something tonight, you're going to want to, down at the bottom, it should, what does it say down at the bottom, Ange? Because now it's up at the top of mine and I'm not seeing it. It's not participants, right? They don't click on that. They just click on chat, right?
Chat on a computer.
For whatever reason, I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, if you're on your phone, then you're going to click on participants, and then there's a chat button underneath that.
But for those who are on the computer, theirs must look different than mine right now. So it says chat, right? Down at the bottom?
Yep.
Okay, so hopefully everybody's finding that. You're going to click on chat, and then you'll be able to type in the answers to the questions that I asked. All right, so here we go. So I know this about myself, and maybe some of you felt the same way when you were first introduced to a CBD. And maybe you're being just introduced right now, you've never used it, but I remember it feeling kind of like taboo, all right? Because, you know, we'd all heard of marijuana. I was very, you know, straight edge, never did drugs in my life. So when I heard about CBD, I just had that connection to marijuana, thinking, oh, it's a drug, I'm gonna stay away from that. Well, you're gonna learn tonight that you don't have to worry about that. If that is a concern for you, you don't have to worry about that. So let's talk about the difference between CBD and marijuana, okay? It's not just a fad either. You probably are seeing this all over the place. Suddenly, even the gas station is carrying CBD oil. I'll tell you, just like with your oils, you do not want to get your CBD from a gas station, all right? And we'll cover why tonight. But please keep in mind as I'm talking about this tonight that I'm not a doctor, I'm not prescribing, I'm not curing, I'm not treating. Some of the testimonials I am sharing are personal testimonials from people. I'm gonna try to avoid any disease names, but know that they're their personal testimonials. They are not telling you to do anything or that what they're saying work for them is going to work for you. So just keep that in mind. And before we get started, we're gonna ask our first question. Tell us a little bit about you, okay? And if you've used CBD before. So maybe share with us how you came to Young Living, and have you ever used CBD before? So go ahead and put that in the chat right now as we get started. All right, so what is CBD? First and foremost, it is not marijuana. They're both from the same plant, okay? This is the cannabis or the hemp plant, but they're different varieties. So to make it as simple as possible, marijuana is produced when the hemp plant is grown without the male variety present, okay? So this hemp plant is growing without the male variety present. Just the female variety is present. And when that's the case, then it produces THC, okay? And THC is what gives that psychoactive effect that's in marijuana, all right? So that's marijuana, okay? Just the female part. Think of it as like like nuns, all right? There's no men around, all right? So that's the marijuana part. CBD is a natural substance from another variety of hemp, and it's produced when the hemp plant is grown with both the female and the male plant. Okay, so there's the female component and the male component. That's gonna produce the CBD, all right? And so the resin produced is full of CBD, and this does not contain the same heavy psychoactive effects that THC does. It only has a small amount of the THC, and you'll find out later that our variety does not have THC at all. All right, so let's look at the first testimonial. All right, this one says, I never would have said I was anxious or had anxiety, but after using CBD for a few weeks, one day I realized I was much calmer. I also sleep more easily. And the Balm is amazing. It works fast. Okay, so that's our first testimonial. And I will agree with her that I would not say that I am an anxious person, but that I would say that I experience low levels of anxious feelings. And I've been using CBD for the last year, and I have seen a marked difference between how I was feeling prior to using CBD and now after using it on a daily basis. All right, so let's look at the history. If I can, there we go. All right, so history of CBD. So first of all, it's been around in Asia and in the Middle East for thousands of years, but it just came to the US in the 16th century. One thing that I found really interesting about its use in the United States is the fact that farmers used to be fined if a certain percentage of their production was not hemp plant because of how incredibly useful the plant can be, okay? So it's used for things like paper and food and fiber and construction, clothing. And so what changed? There was kind of a smear campaign, if you will, a negative media war that happened in the 1920s. And so due to that, for financial reasons, we never see any of this happen today, right? Like corruption because of money. It was eventually deemed a Schedule I controlled substance, okay? This category is for substances who have no benefit and have high potential for abuse. So it was put into that category that it had no benefit to human beings, and it was super, super addictive, or it would, people would easily abuse it, okay? So that's where we started to get this idea, this feeling that we had about anything related to the plant. All right, so in July of 2018, so some good news in the last couple of years here. In July of 2018, CBD was downgraded from a Schedule I controlled substance to a Schedule V controlled substance. This means that a Schedule V has some benefit and it's very low in terms of possibility for abuse. Now, this is what's really interesting. The FDA changed the category so that the drug containing CBD, called Epidiolex, could be sold. So it was all for their own profits that they changed this. Funny how when a drug company wants something to be legal, they just get the law changed. But then we took it a step farther. Finally, in December of 2018, CBD went from a Schedule V controlled substance to an unscheduled substance due to the Hemp Farming Act of 2018, which removed hemp as a controlled substance, okay? This meant that federal law made CBD legal for all 50 states. Now, what you need to be aware of is that there are still some states that have their own regulations when it comes to CBD, so you just wanna make sure that you know the laws in your own state. All right, so do we have a winner from question 1, Ange?
Yes, we do. Congratulations. Congratulations to our first winner, who's pretty new to Young Living according to her response. This is her first class with us. Her name is Haley Windling.
Yay! Congratulations. You are going to be getting a $20 product credit, Haley. So you can look for that to show up on your Young Living account in the next week or so. All right, awesome. So here's our second question, Ange, that you're going to be drawing for. So once again, you're going to put this in the chat. What state are you representing today? So you just need to tell us, where are you watching from today? Go ahead and put that in the chats and we will continue. Okay, here, guys, here's where we get real sciencey. So hang on, okay? Like, keep your eyelids open. The endocannabinoid system is a biological system composed of endocannabinoids, which are endogenous lipid-based retrograde neurotransmitters. Did y'all get that? Are you still with me or are you asleep?
Say it all again.
Okay, ready? Here we go. The endocannabinoid system is a biological system composed of endocannabinoids, which are endogenous lipid-based retrograde neurotransmitters that bind to cannabinoid receptors. I just wanted to say it. That's all. I wanted to say it. Okay, so these receptors are CB1 and CB2. And the cannabinoid receptor proteins that are expressed throughout the vertebrate central nervous system, including the brain and the peripheral nervous system. Okay, so lots of big words there. In layman's terms, this endocannabinoid system is linked to your central nervous and peripheral nervous system to help the body maintain homeostasis, which means a level of balance. We always want our bodies to be in a level of balance or in a good spot. In a general sense, homeostasis refers to stability or balance in the system, okay? It's the body's attempt to maintain a constant internal environment. Maintaining a stable internal environment requires constant monitoring and adjusting as conditions change. So if the body gets out of homeostasis, the ECS sends our natural endocannabinoids and enzymes to regulate the body and bring it back into homeostasis. For example, when you get too hot, your ECS kicks into gear and you start to sweat to bring your body temperature down. If you get too cold, you shiver. When you're hungry, your stomach growls. When you're tired, you yawn. These are all the effects of the ECS sending information to the body, okay? So CBD primarily interacts with the ECS, making it a highly sought after product through Young Living. So basically, CBD is helping our bodies to create homeostasis. All right. So, testimonial. You guys ready for that juicy testimonial I told you I was going to be sharing? Here we go. Here it is. This is from Jamie. If any of you guys know Jamie, a diamond in Young Living, she's hilarious. Here we go. Well, that was a good time. If you need help relaxing before boom boom time, or I heard from a friend, just using 2 to 3 drops topically on the nether region, wowza. If you don't like the cooling effect, try the citrus one. Okay, so here's what Dr. Rose said. CBD may be used in the bedroom because of its relaxing effects on the brain. It doesn't produce a high feeling. However, it interacts with the CB1 and CB2 receptors, which we just talked about, to promote a feeling of calm, relaxation, and elation. It also increases the neurotransmitters serotonin to produce a happy effect. CBD basically allows the body to better prepare for sensuality and intimacy, which will hopefully translate into enhanced sexual pleasure. Stress and pain can negatively impact your sex life and the ability to be intimate with your partner. All right, so perhaps CBD is something you want to use in the bedroom. Hey, when our Lucy Libido class comes around in February, we need to be talking about CBD. And Deb, that's for you guys. All right, so there you go, to wake you back up after the sciencey stuff. All right, moving on, THC versus CBD. Okay, so now that you know what the ECS system does, let's take a look at the difference between THC. Let me move our screen. Okay, the difference between THC and CBD. All right, so okay, so this is in relation to the cannabinoid receptors CB1 and CB2, because THC and CBD do different things in relation to them. So CB1 receptors are in the central nervous system, so think brain and the nerves of the spinal cord. And CB2 receptors are found all over the body in the peripheral nervous system, nerves in your extremities, so the digestive system and specialized cells in the immune system. THC acts on CB1 and CB2. When they attach to CB1 in the brain, it causes that intoxicating effect that are experienced with hashish, cannabis, and marijuana. It also affects the peripheral nervous system when it attaches to CB2, which is why some smoke marijuana to feel calmer or decrease pain. It's also why cancer patients receiving chemotherapy are prescribed medical marijuana. The effects on the digestive system help prevent nausea. Okay, it's important to note that exposure to THC does have its risks, such as developing schizophrenia, failure of a drug test, or participation of illegal activity depending on your state. Some people are genetically more sensitive to THC as well. So let's look at CBD, which is what we have with Young Living. CBD does not bind directly to either of these receptors, but instead impacts them indirectly by modifying the receptor's ability to bind to cannabinoids. These indirect actions include activating other receptors called TRPV1, which is an integral part in the endocannabinoid system. So if you want a CBD isolate, the Nature's Ultra through Young Living is one heck of a product, and I highly recommend it for some of the reasons we covered above. All right, so let's look at another testimonial about these products. Where's my number 3? Okay, here we go. So this woman shared her husband's story on Facebook. He said, I've been battling with anxiety since college. It wasn't until my late 20s that it got to the point that I couldn't manage it on my own. My traps would get tense. I'd have headaches. I felt like I was in a fog and I had difficulty falling asleep at night. So I sought out help and began taking a daily med. Over the past 4 years, I became inconsistent with taking my med and wanted to get off my prescription altogether. I was looking for a natural alternative. After living dangerously for some time with no pharmaceutical or natural intervention, I started using CBD, 500 milligrams twice a day, about 4 months ago. Being that CBD was being sold everywhere from wellness stores, online, and even gas stations, I started doing some research. I wanted a CBD that wasn't sprayed with herbicides or pesticides. Having an oil-slaying wife, I knew Nature's Ultra checked these boxes, and we had it at our fingertips. They are transparent about their farming and extraction techniques and hold the highest standards. Since using CBD, I've never felt better. My anxiety has been kept in check, no panic attacks, no feelings of being in a fog, and no harmful side effects. I've also been sleeping better than ever, like lights out when my head hits the pillow. All right. So let's move to talking about terpenes, because to me, in terms of Young Living and our collaboration with Nature's Ultra, this is where it gets exciting. So why are terpenes such a big deal? Terpenes give plants their aroma. The fragrant imprint of each plant is a result of different combinations of terpenes. Cannabis is unique in that each strain has a unique profile of terpenes. Terpenes are believed to have many positive effects on the body. These properties can act independently as well as in addition to what cannabinoids offer. There are several known and studied terpenes that all exhibit different medicinal effects. Overall, terpenes contribute to the medicinal properties of cannabis, a phenomenon known as the entourage effect. Think of a team of players versus a single player. The team is the entourage effect of terpenes and cannabinoids together. So think synergy and them working together. So where have we also heard of terpenes? I'll give you a hint. I love and use them daily. Ding, ding. It's essential oils. Okay, so all of you probably came into Young Living through essential oils is my guess. It's the most popular way to get started with Young Living. And terpenes are in all of our oils. Okay, so lots of positive side effects, positive benefits from using essential oils because of the terpenes found in them. What I want to know now, we're going to do another drawing. So, Ange, you want to give us our second winner, and then we'll ask the third question.
I will. Congratulations to whomever is Lisa from Indiana on the call tonight. I'm just a tiny bit impartial because I just got back from there. But Lisa, let us know your last name so that and maybe your member number if you have that handy, so that we can make sure we get you pinned down as our second winner.
Awesome, Lisa. Yeah, just throw that in the chat for us really quickly if you would, your last name and if you know your member number. Some of you on the call might not even be members yet, and that's totally okay as well. Just make sure that you give us, if that's the case, make sure you let us know who invited you to the call. All right, so here's your third question. Get ready to put this in the chat, okay? If you are already using Young Living essential oils, which is your favorite oil? Okay, so give us your favorite oil in the chat right now. So let's talk now about how to choose your CBD. There's certainly a bit of chaos when it comes to the availability of CBD products. As I mentioned earlier, you can even pick up your CBD at the gas station. There are so many to choose from. Obviously, quality is an important factor, just as it is with essential oils. And that's the reason that you're buying your essential oils from Young Living. It's the same thing with CBD. You want to know who is growing your CBD and how they're doing so. It's important also to know the difference between full spectrum CBD, isolate CBD, and smart spectrum CBD, which is what Young Living provides. Okay, so let's look at full spectrum CBD. This still has some trace THC in it, which can actually be an issue, especially if you're being drug tested. They're going to check for THC. You don't want there to be THC in a drug test. That would be a no-no. So while you won't get the psychogenic effects of straight THC or marijuana, there's still the possibility of exposure to THC with the full spectrum. It's also important to note that hemp is a phytoremediator. This is really important, okay? Hemp is a phytoremediator by nature, okay? This is nature's way of using living plants to clean the soil and the groundwater. So basically, hemp can absorb chemicals and toxins from the soil. Now, do you want chemicals in your product that you're using, your CBD product you're using? My guess is no, okay? So traces of chemicals or heavy metals can be absorbed from the soil and might be left in the full spectrum product, okay? So that would be one reason to avoid full spectrum. However, a lot of people gravitate towards the full spectrum CBD because it contains terpenes and many more compounds. So think about the entourage effect we were talking about. It has a lot of what we need, okay? So the other way to produce CBD is in its isolated form. CBD isolate is a pure CBD, and while it has 0 THC and no heavy metals or other compounds, it also has no terpenes in it, and therefore it loses that entourage effect. So that's why we're excited about the smart spectrum CBD that Young Living provides, okay? Essential oils have terpenes in them, right? So when we combine the essential oils and the CBD isolate together, you create nature's ultra CBD, and it has that entourage effect to it. It has the synergy. All right, so let's read another testimonial. This one's about the CBD rub, which we're going to get to a little bit more specifically in a few minutes here. This one says, the 600 CBD rub and the 300 milligram roller, okay, she's talking about the Calm roller, helped me sleep while waiting for steroid injection due to needed shoulder surgery. I awakened every time I rolled over. What a godsend. So before using these products, she was having a lot of trouble, and they helped her to get the needed sleep before her surgery. All right, moving on. Okay, so CBD usage and safety. So here's the deal. If you already have these CBD products, you know that they are labeled for topical use. Now, I can't tell you to take this internally. That's a decision you would need to make on your own. But I would encourage you to check the ingredient list on these products and notice that they have ingredients in them that seem kind of strange for only using topically. That's all I'm going to say. I'll ask you to do your own on that, but we're going to be talking about topical usage because that's how it's labeled. All right, so
hey, can
so
I
first
in there for just a second?
Absolutely.
Because there's a little gray area in sublingual under your tongue, kind of counting as a topical application.
I had read that and I was like, is that true? Like,
That's
is that really
true.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So we've spoken about that before. So just FYI, sublingual
Okay, good.
applying
So
topically.
how I use mine topically is sublingually under my tongue. I hold it there to wait for absorption, just how things absorb through the skin, right? So I wait for the absorption, and then after probably 30 seconds, I swallow whatever's left. All right, thanks for letting me know that, Ange, because that's helpful.
You're in the clear.
It has a sweetener in it, which you don't need on your skin. All right, so if you are going to apply it topically, first clean the area and pat it dry. Vigorously massage a generous amount topically into your skin. Don't exacerbate the area, but give it a firm rub, okay? You can apply a second or third time if needed. So suggested places, if you aren't wanting to take it sublingually, would be temples, neck, elbows, knees, and other joints, wrists, soles of feet, back of the heel, foot, shoulder, okay? So you can apply that anywhere. All right, if you are new or sensitive in nature, start with Nature Ultra's regular strength CBD, okay? So start with the lower milligrams. You can even use half the recommended amount and increase it as you read your body and notice how you're feeling. Once you're more experienced, you may want to try the extra strength products. All right, so now let's dive in and see what those actual products are that Young Living offers. All right. Oh, and really quickly, this isn't in my notes, but once again, why Nature's Ultra? It's certified organic, it's non-GMO. That same seed to seal promise that we have with our oils, we also have with the CBD. It's high quality, pure, safe. It has 0 THC. It's legal, and it's vegan, and it's gluten-free. No animal byproducts used, plus a commitment to never perform any animal testing. So there you go. Some reasons to be proud of what we have. All right, so let's look at the Calm roll-on. This comes in the 300 milligrams or the 600 milligrams. I'll tell you, for me, this one is right by our bedstand. We love this before bed. My daughter loves this before bed. This one is infused with eucalyptus, frankincense, lavender, orange, vetiver, and ylang-ylang. If you know those scents individually, you can imagine how delicious this one smells together. Super calming, super relaxing. So love that. And I think I have a testimonial specifically for this one. Yeah, I love the Calm. It really does help me. Besides using it on the back of my neck, I like to smell it. I also got a sample of the muscle rub, and that night I woke up with a leg cramp. I rubbed it on, and OMG, it was gone. I've used it on my lower back, and it's immediate relief for me. All right, so she was talking about both the Calm roll-on as well as this joint and muscle balm. Okay, this comes in the 300 milligram and 600 milligram. You know, I've only personally used the 300 milligram, and I've seen great results with it. I have heard that the 600, and that you was telling me that the 600 milligram definitely is like a step up. Do you have
game changer? Yeah, it's definitely a game changer. So I've had the 300 since convention last summer, and just in the spring got the 600, and just immediately notice a difference when applying it directly to my muscles, for sure.
Awesome. Fantastic. All right. And Let's see. I have a testimonial for that one. Okay, I fell down our wooden stairs 3 days before we were leaving on a road trip. I had just gotten the muscle rub and started using it that day. It happened, and by the third day, I was not sore at all from the fall. I still had nasty marks, but there was no soreness at all. So that's pretty fantastic. All right, so let's do question 4 right now, because I think you've heard about the Calm roll-on. You may want this roll-on if you are somebody who's experiencing any level of stress in your life. So I want to know right now, what is one stressor in your life currently in this special season that we are all living in? So go ahead and throw that in the comments as we finish out the class. And do you have your number 3 winner, Ange?
Yeah, I'm actually we had to change number 2 because it looks like Lisa hopped off and we have no way to follow up with her last name.
Awesome.
So Mia is going to be our week 2 winner, or our giveaway number 2 winner. So we just need your last name, Mia, and your member number if you have it. And then our 3rd winner is Angela. Angela Grogan is our 3rd winner.
Awesome. Congratulations, Angela and Mia. And right now you guys are typing in biggest stressor in your life right now. All right, we're going to finish this up. All right, so here there are 3 different of the dropper forms of CBD that Young Living sells, and it comes in the 500 milligram and the 1000. So you have the Cool Mint. This one has peppermint oil and spearmint oil in it. They have the CBD Citrus, which has grapefruit oil and orange in it. This is my personal favorite. My second favorite is the mint. And then you can also get the CBD Cinnamon. It's fine. If you like cinnamon, it's fine. I still think the other 2 taste better. And what I've heard, because once again, I was not a CBD oil user. I'm no expert on it. I wasn't using it before it came to Young Living. But what I have heard from other people who are using CBD oil beforehand is that our CBD tastes so good. So that's awesome to hear from other people who've had experience using other ones. All right. Testimonial number 7. Here's our last testimonial for the evening. All right, I've been giving citrus oil citrus drops to my grandson who's totally out of focus, and we're waiting for testing to begin. I started him 4 days ago. For the first time ever, he came home from school and did his homework without even telling me. Usually I have to sit and fight with him the entire session. He plays guitar and pulled off a performance I was about to eliminate him from. His focus was dead on. I'm in shock at the transformation in him. I take the drops as well, makes my day easier, and I need that at 64 years old raising grandchildren. So grateful. I also use the muscle rub. It works wonderfully for me. All right, so there you go. Lots of great testimonials tonight. So here's the deal. I know most of you are already Young Living members, which means that you can get these products through your account in your virtual office, either by just doing the shop tab, or if you were part of Essential Rewards, which we'll look at in a minute, you can get the extra benefits of being on that program and ordering that way. For those of you who might be on just checking out the oils and the CBD, here's 2 ways that you can get started with a Young Living membership. So for $165, you can get a 300 milligram Calm, 300 milligram CBD muscle rub, and a 500 milligram citrus CBD oil. You'll also get the CBD brochure as well as a wholesale membership. All right, for $250, you can get the same things, but in the higher milligrams. So if you're wanting that extra punch, this is the one that you would want to go to because it is extra strength. That will give you access to everything that Young Living has to offer and 24% off as a wholesale member with Young Living. So for the rest of your life, you can order at 24% off once getting one of these starter packs, which is pretty awesome. All right, so let's talk about Essential Rewards. Essential Rewards, in my opinion, is the only way to order through Young Living because there are so many perks. First of all, when you order through Essential Rewards, you're going to get percentages back that go into an account for you to use on free products. So for the first 3 months, you're going to get 10% of whatever you ordered that goes into an account that you can use on free product. After 3 months, it goes up to 20%. So literally every time you place your Essential Rewards order, 20% of what you spent going into an account to use on free product. I don't remember what the target card is. It's like 1% or 3%, or maybe it's 5%. But I'm telling you, these savings that you get with Essential Rewards is like nothing else out there. After 2 years of being a loyal member through the Essential Rewards program, you're going to get 25% back. So that adds up so quickly. I'll tell you, I redeem my Essential Rewards points every couple of months, and I'm able to get tons of free products that I need because I'm just redeeming points. So there's a little bit of discount on shipping. Actually, as of now, we're on day 2 of this, you can get free shipping. This is brand new, this hasn't been updated yet. So when you order 100 PV or more, you get free shipping. And if you want to get a faster shipping option, you have that option of doing that too. But hey, nothing really beats free shipping. So you also are going to earn, okay, I already talked about the earning points on future orders. You get loyalty gifts every 3 months just for being a loyal member of Young Living and ordering monthly. They'll send you a little gift, extra gift every 3 months with your order. And then you get freebies. Now this has changed because it's now free shipping at 100 PV. But at 190, if you place a 190 PV order or more, there's other increments, you'll start to get other free oils and products that Young Living has that month to offer to you. So lots of ways to both save and to get extra perks for ordering through Essential Rewards. You also get access to exclusive discounted bundles that you can only get through the Essential Rewards program. And you're always qualified, if you're on Essential Rewards, to receive referral bonuses. We know not everybody is in here to build a big business with Young Living, but I tell you what, if you're loving these products, share with people in your life. I believe that everybody needs these oils, and now that I've experienced the CBD, I feel the same way about that. So you have a referral number that you can give to somebody if they are wanting to get these oils. And all they have to do is go to youngliving.com and to sign up. And then when it asks if somebody referred them, they're going to put your member number, okay? So your member number is the referral number, right? And they're going to put that in the section where it asks for enroller and sponsor. And by doing that, you're going to get a thank you check. It's not really, it doesn't come as a check anymore, but it'll come on a card, or you can do direct deposit. You can sign up for direct deposit. And so you're getting money just for simply sharing something that you are loving and that you know that's going to make other people's lives better. I love that. All right. So I want to thank you guys so much for being part of this. I am going to share just a few FAQs with you really quickly to end this class, and then we're going to hear who our last winner is. All right, so here were some of the FAQs that you might be wondering about. The first one was, can I order CBD on my Essential Rewards? I already addressed that. Absolutely, yes, you can order on Essential Rewards. Do I receive the same 24% off on CBD products that I do with every other WOW product? Yes, you do. It's 24% off as a wholesale member. Do I receive the same referral bonus opportunities from helping a friend become a WOW member for ordering a CBD kit? Yes, you do. And last one, will I receive a commission from those who purchase CBD within my organization? Yes, you will. So as long as you qualify to receive bonuses and commissions, you'll receive the same bonuses and commissions as you did with other WOW products. So having your Essential Rewards qualifying order automatically will put you in that place to be able to receive commissions. So thank you so much. And we have a class coming up next week that you are going to be leading, same time on Wednesday night. Do you want to give us just a 30 seconds on what that is about?
Yeah, now more than ever, quality really matters. And I think it's really important that as consumers, we know what's behind what we're putting on our bodies and in our bodies. So why Young Living is going to be the topic of next Wednesday's class. We're going to have some testimonials about firsthand experience traveling to the farms, as well as just the commitment to quality that Young Living continues to promote. So it's a great class to invite new members to, as well as prospects, people who haven't joined yet, but may also be interested as concerned consumers who want to know more about the background of the company.
Awesome. That'll be definitely a good one to be a part of. Who is our last winner?
Our last winner, congratulations to Billy Jennings, who is missing seeing people's smiles during this time. So everyone Andre, can you stop sharing your screen and we'll all do a big smile at the screen together, which is almost like seeing each other and hugging. We'll do smile hugs.
Hi, Billy. You guys, thank you so much for being on with us tonight. We hope you learned something and that you feel extra smart now that you heard all of that sciencey stuff about CBD.
Awesome.
Thanks for joining us, guys. Have a great night.